like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back.
Okay, Coach, we're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Let's go now. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Trying the right side with Howard. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
Ready. Mike, 49. Let's see what you got.
Now it's Haskins. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Bandit.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down with backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Calais Campbell, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Howard. Defenders is giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jordan Howard with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's get it. Ready. 49, guys. Mike, 49. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Running from the gun with Howard.
Let's go.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here I come again.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And Miami 1st down. That one going for a gain of 11. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make the play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Patrick Owasor leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Patrick Owasor up to make the tackle. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, spread him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity if it breaks.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Calais Campbell on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. They run. This is Cohen. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-zip. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Allington. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That's it. Big hit. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
This is Howard on 2nd down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now left side on the swing pass. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins caught left side by Hilton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Miami.
This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them special.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. On the move to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Browns on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. On play action, Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it. And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now it's Haskins to the right side and complete to Washington. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jordan Howard on on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And an alley to run. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Check right 50. Mike is a 50. Check right 50.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
A tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A big gain there on 3rd and long. 56 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch time. Tight end, watch.
Running with Howard. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Haskins to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A very solid gain of 27. Here's Haskins. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. T.Y. Hilton. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Oh, look at the juke. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jackson, able to get Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Bruce Ellington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take advantage of the turnover and put up 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for Jackson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. Not that time for Watkins.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now Howard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's hard. You go tight. You got tight.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Go! Let's go! Here we go! 15 on it. 15 on it. I got wide.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson now. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Check.
They'll try with McKinnon. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Crosby with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 60 yards. He's coming. Check in. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And that's complete. It's Allington. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Ware.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again to Howard. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
You better be afraid of me.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Looking to throw Haskins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now Jackson on first down. Finds Roberts left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A gain of 3, 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Howard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they